Welcome back everyone for the quick solution of mathematics class 9. Let us start with the solution of each and every question of mathematics. So the first question is, in the given figure all the small squares have the same side, the area of the shaded region. Okay, it's a very basic question. All of you have learned when find area, mensuration chapter first time. So you have learned that count the number of total square which are completely filled with a grey area, shaded one. So these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and we can take this 9 and 10. Okay, these are almost filled. So we can write that 10 squares are completely filled, and the next is how many? Half or less than half or more than half are there. Okay, so these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, almost. So we are not considering that. So we can write that area of shaded part is equal to 10 complete square plus 10 complete square plus 1 by 2 of 10 half squares. So what is the area of the each square? So as we know that 1, 2, 3 and 4, the 8 centimeter length is divided into 4 equal parts. So the length of side is 2, right? And breadth is, it is a small square, so breadth is also 2. So 10 times area of small square plus 5 times area of square. So total it is 15 times of and if the dimension of the small square is 2 unit, then it is 15 into 2 into 2. So that is equal to 60 centimeter square. So what is the correct answer? 60 centimeter square. Okay. There are two sections X and Y in a class. If the average height of the one student out of 50 students in a section X is 160 centimeter. So we know that how do we find average? So average is equal to sum of observations divided by number of observations. So first of all we are talking about the class X students. So the mean of the class X student height is of 160 centimeter. So 160 is equal to sum of height of each student in a class X divided by 50 because there are 50 students. So sum of height of the student in class X is equal to 160 into 50. Same way we can find that sum of the students in the section Y, same way we can find that 162 is equal to, how many students are there in a class Y? 60. So therefore sum of height of the students in class Y is equal to 162 into 60. And here they have asked about what is the average of all the students when the section X and Y combine together. So average, so the new average, we can write it as new average is equal to 160 into 50, because that is the sum of the height of the student who are studying in a section X, and 162 into 60, that is the total number of students who are studying in the class Y, divided by 110. So if we solve this, it is equal to 8000 plus 162 into 6. So it is approximately, 0 0 cancel out, 11 ones are, so it is 161.09 something. So near about option is 161. So correct answer is option number A, 161. The greater number among the following. So you have to compare two sorts, right? So how do we solve this question? Square root of 17 minus root 12 and root 11 minus root 6. So you know that what is the difference between 17 and 12? That is 5, and 11, 6 is also 5. So we are not going to directly compare them. What we have to do, we have to compare their inverse one. So we just write that 1 upon root 17 minus root 12 and 1 upon root 11 minus root 6. We are comparing these two. How do we compare? So you know that first we have to rationalize them. What is the rationalizing factor of root 17 minus root 12? Root 17 plus root 12. So the next step is root 17 plus root 12 upon 17 minus 12 is 5. And when we are rationalizing it, so it is root 11 plus root 6 upon 5. So as you know that both the number have the same denominator. So now we have to look at the numerator, right? So root 17 plus root 12 and root 11 plus root 6, both the values are greater. So obviously when we add them, the sum is also greater, means that root 17 plus root 12 is greater than root 11 plus root 6. Is this clear? Because when we divide two same values, two rational numbers with the same values, so obviously the value with the greater numerator gives you a greater quotient. So this one is greater. But we have compared inverse of that. It means that 1 upon root 17 minus root 12 is greater than 1 by root 11 minus root 6. So which one is greater? Inverse is greater. So actually, which one is greater? So root 7 minus root 12 is less than root 11 minus root 6. So which one is greater? Root 11 minus root 6. This is the easiest way to compare. ABC is a right angle triangle such that AB is equal to AC. Right angle and two sides are equal. So definitely which two sides are equal? Hypotenuse is not equal, means base and perpendicular sides are equal, and AB and AC two sides are there. So we write that the A is a vertex where the 90-degree angle is formed. AB is equal to AC. First of all we draw the diagram. AB and AC, these two sides are equal in length. And the bisector of angle C, obviously AB and AC two sides are equal and one angle is 90 degree. So the angle opposite to equal sides are also equal. So the measure of angle B is 45 degree and angle C is also 45 degree. Is this clear? Angle B is equal to angle C is equal to 45 degree. Now the next is we are going to construct the angle bisector of angle C, right? So suppose this one is the D point and CD is the angle bisector, right? You have to find what is the measure of angle ADC. So this angle you have to find what is the measure of this angle. Okay, how do we find? So we know that angle bisector so this one is equal to 22.5 and this is also 22.5 degree. So now in triangle DAC, measure of angle A is 90 degree and measure of angle ACD is of 22.5 degree. So what should be the measure of angle ADC? So measure of angle ADC is equal to 90 degree minus measure of angle ACD. So it is 90 minus 22.5 degree, which is 67.5 degree. So C option is the correct one. Clear? In the figure, AB is parallel to CD. Okay, it is already given in the figure. If x is equal to 4 by 3y and y is equal to 3 by 8z, find the value of x, y, z respectively. Okay, as we know that these two sides are parallel, AB and CD are parallel. So, what is the sum of x, y and z? Yes, it is 180 degree. How it is 180 degree? Because these two are co-interior angles, right? So we can write that as AB is parallel to CD. So angle ABC plus angle BCD is equal to 180 degree. Why this? Because they are alternate interior angles. Is this clear? Now the next is, so x plus y plus z is equal to 180 degree. What do we have to do? As we know that x is 4 by 3 of y, so that is okay. So instead of x, we can write that 4 by 3 of y. Y remain as it is and y is equal to 3 by 8 of z. What is given? Y is equal to 3 by 8 of z. Therefore, z is equal to 8 upon 3y. So instead of z, we will write that 8 by 3 of y. The sum is equal to 180 degree. So 3 variables are there, but we have converted into a single variable. So we are going to find the sum. So it is 4 plus 3 plus 8 upon 3 times y is equal to 180 degree. It is 15 by 3 of y is equal to 180 degree. So 5y is equal to 180. Therefore, y is equal to 180 by 5, that is 36 degree. So once we get the value of y, it's easy to find the value of x and z. X is 4 by 3 of y. So it is 4 by 3 of 36 degree. So which is 36 divided by 3 is 12, 48 degree. So x is equal to 48. And z is equal to what? So z is equal to 8 by 3 of y. So it is 8 upon 3 into 36. So it is 96. So z is equal to 96. Z 96, x 48 and y is 36. So which one is the correct option according to x, y and z? So x is 48, y is 36 and the z is 96. So this option number B is our correct answer. Okay. In the given figure, find the value of x, only x. It's a very easy question. We are just solving the question in the figure only. So as we know that EF is parallel to CD and AB is parallel to CD. It means that EF is parallel to CD, which is parallel to AB. So we know that as two lines are parallel, then the sum of co-interior angle is 180 degree. So this is 45 degree. Angle ACD is 45. Then angle CAB is of 180 minus 145. So which is equal to what? Yes, 35 degree. Right? So measure of angle CAB is 35 degree. As we know that EF is parallel to AB, therefore angle EFA is equal to angle FAB. Why these two angles are equal? Lines are parallel, so these are alternate interior angles. And alternate interior angles are always equal. Therefore, angle EFA is 65 degree. And FAB is also 65, but it is made up of two angles x plus 35 degree. Therefore, value of x is 30 degree. Right? So 30 degree is our correct answer. The option number A is the correct one. Okay, can we move on to next? Which of the following statements are correct? Statement 1. Correct. Okay? Chalo. If the width of the class interval is 20 and its mid value is 90, then the lower class limit of the class interval is 80. Okay, how do we find the lower limit? So it's a very easy formula. That's a lower limit is equal to class mark, that is known as middle value, minus 1 by 2 of class interval. Okay, so mid value is given to us as a 90 and class limit is what? 20. So 90 minus 10, which is equal to 80. So the first statement is correct. So statement 1 is true, right? Then the lower class limit of the class interval is 80. So statement 1 is correct. Second statement is class mark for the class interval 50 to 70 is 60. How do we find the class mark? So class mark is equal to upper limit plus lower limit divided by 2, or lower limit plus upper limit. Okay. So it is 50 plus 70 divided by 2. 120 by 2 is equal to what? 60. It means that both the statement 1 and 2 are correct or true. Right? So option B is the correct answer. 3 coins are tossed simultaneously 100 times. The following outcomes are: find the probability of getting more than one tail. So here it is asked to us, find the probability of more than one tail. So we have to consider option 2 tails and the 3 tails. So 1 tails is ज़्यादा, so 2 or 3. So total number of outcomes are 23 plus 28, that is equal to 51. Therefore, probability of event is equal to 51 upon how many times coins are tossed? 100 times. So 51 out of 100. So which option is correct? C. Next is, which of the following statement is incorrect? Okay. Every integer is a rational number. Definitely all integers are rational number, right? Rational number. Integer set of integer is the subset of rational number. Every natural number is an integer. Definitely all the counting numbers are part of integers, positive integers. Every natural number is a real number. So every natural number is a real number, definitely, because real are divided into rational, irrational, and rational integers are there, obviously. Every real number is a rational number. So this one is the incorrect statement, because real number can be rational and irrational. Okay, so D option is the incorrect one. The perimeter of an isosceles triangle is 32 centimeter. The ratio of one of the equal sides to its base is 3:2. Find the area of the triangle. So as we know that this is an isosceles triangle, these two sides are equal, and this one is your base side. So this side is of 3x, it is also 3x, and this one is the 2x, because the equal side to base ratio is 3:2. And the perimeter is 32. So we can write that perimeter is equal to 3x plus 3x plus 2x. So which is equal to 8x is equal to 32. Therefore x is equal to 32 by 8 is equal to 4. So what are the measure of each side? So the measure of each side is 12. Each equal side is 12 and this side is of 8 centimeter. Now we find area of it. How do we find area? So you can use Heron's formula, you can find the altitude and find it, that is up to you, right? So easiest way for this is the Heron's formula that I directly use. So area of triangle is equal to S into S minus A square. Why I have written S minus A square? Because two sides are equal. Into S minus B. So semi-perimeter, perimeter is 32, 16 into 16 minus 12 is 4 square and 16 minus 8 is 8. So it is 4 into 4 into 2 into root 2. So the answer is 32 root 2 centimeter square. It is the area of isosceles triangle whose perimeter is 32. So C option is the correct one. If each side of a rhombus is 40 meter and its longer diagonal is 48 meter, then the area of rhombus. So as we know that, let us draw the diagram first, then we will. In rhombus, all sides are equal. The sides are equal in length. So all sides are 40, 40 and 40. All sides are equal. So the measure of each side is 40 meter and 40 meter. And the diagonal is of 48 meter. So can I write that area of rhombus is same as 2 times of area of two triangles, because both the triangles are congruent. Congruent triangle have the same area. So directly I can write that area of rhombus is equal to 2 times area of triangle. So 2 into area of triangle, we are going to find it with Heron's formula. S into S minus A. I have written square because two sides are equal. Now what is the perimeter? So perimeter of the triangle is 40 plus 40 plus 48. So which is equal to 128 meter. So semi-perimeter is 64 meter. Okay. So now 64 into 64 minus 40 square. 64 minus 48. 64 is 8 square. This one has become 24 square and it is 16. 2 into 8 into 24 into 16 is the perfect square of 4. So the square root of 16 is 4. So it is 64 into 24, that is equal to 1536 meter square. So what is the correct answer? It is 1536. Option number A. A part of monthly expense of a family on a milk is fixed, which is rupees 700, and remaining varies with quantity of the milk taken extra at the rate of rupees 15 per liter, taking quantity of the milk required extra as a x liters. So we have to find correct linear equation. So as we know that the monthly fixed expense on a milk is rupees 700 and they have purchased extra x liters of milk and it is counted as rupees 25 per liter. So the cost of extra x milk is 25 into x and the total expense is mentioned with the variable y. So y is equal to 700 plus 25x. So here the linear equation, it is represented into the form of y minus 25x is equal to 700. We can further write it as minus 25x plus y is equal to 700, which is match up with our answer as the option number A. So A is the correct answer. Which of the following statement is correct? So you have to find the correct statement after this. Two triangles having the same shape are congruent. No, self triangle. Okay, fine. Think about the equilateral triangle. All sides are equal. In all the types of equilateral triangle, all sides are equal. So this is not the correct option, right? Otherwise, all equilateral triangles are congruent. Next, if two sides of the triangle are equal to the corresponding sides of another triangle, only sides are given to you. If they have given included angle, then definitely you can say by SAS congruency criteria, both the triangle are congruent. The second is also incorrect option. If the hypotenuse on one side of one right angle triangle, here they are talking about right angle triangle, both have the same hypotenuse as well as both have same base or same perpendicular, whatever it is. किसी का base same है, किसी का perpendicular, but that is okay. So both the triangle are congruent. Definitely both the triangles are congruent. So C option is the correct one. What is the probability of getting the correct answer to a question is x by 2? If the probability of not guessing the correct answer is 2 by 3, then find the value of x. So as we know that probability of guessing the correct is x by 2 and probability of not guessing correct matlab guessing incorrect one, that is 2 by 3. And we know that the formula probability of event plus probability of not occurring the event is equal to 1. Right? So x by 2 plus 2 by 3 is equal to 1. So x by 2 is equal to 1 minus 2 by 3, which is equal to what? 1 by 3. x by 2 is equal to 1 by 3. So x is equal to 2 by 3. So which is the correct option? 2 by 3. Option number C. A metal sheet 27 centimeter long, 8 centimeter broad and 1 centimeter thick is melted into a cube. Find the difference between surface area of the two solid. We have to find what is the difference between surface area. So we have to find what are the dimension of the cube. So we have to find what is the side of the cube. But it is melted into the cube shape. It means that volume of cuboid is equal to volume of cube. So volume of cuboid is L into B into H. What is the formula? It's L into B into H. So L into B into H is equal to side cube. So it is 27 into 8 into 1 is equal to side cube. So it is 3 cube into 2 cube into 1 cube is equal to side cube. So 6 cube is equal to side cube. Therefore side of cube is 6 centimeter. Now we have to talk about their total surface area. What is the difference between the total surface area? So difference in total surface area. We can directly write TSA also. How do we find TSA of the cuboid? So we write TSA of cuboid minus TSA of cube. So TSA of cuboid, so that is 2 into LB plus BH plus LH minus cube is 6 times side square. Length into breadth. So what is the length? Length is 3 and right? क्या करें बताओ? Length ये लेंगे, क्या लेंगे length? So length is 27. So 27 into 8. 27 into 8 is 216, right? B into H, so 8 into 1 that is 8 and L into H that is 27. क्यूब का साइड तो वही था. $251 into 2 is how much? So 502 minus 216. $286 and what is its unit? Centimeter square. So the answer is D option, 286 centimeter square. Okay, look at the question and recall the identity. Can I write this identity in the by rearranging that A plus B into A square minus AB plus B square into A minus B into A square plus AB plus B square. So this is equal to, yes, A cube plus B cube, and the product of this two is equal to a cube minus b cube. So it just look like m plus n into m minus n. So which is equal to m square minus n square. Therefore, this is our identity, right? So it is a cube square minus b cube square. So it is a to the power 6 minus b to the power 6. This is your correct answer. So the option number B is your correct answer. The perimeter of triangle is 36 units. Its area cannot be more than square units. किससे ज़्यादा कभी भी नहीं हो सकता है. सबसे पहले when the perimeter is given to you, then at which point maximum area is there? So in equilateral triangle, it has the maximum area when the perimeter is given to you. So equilateral triangle has the maximum area. So we are going to find equilateral triangle has maximum area. So all the three sides are equal and the perimeter is 36. So it is 12, 12, 12. So each side of the triangle ABC are of 12 units. Now the next is its area cannot be more than, तो ट्राइंगल का एरिया ही सबसे ज़्यादा होगा. सो वी आर गोइंग टू इक्विलेटरल ट्राइंगल का ही सबसे ज़्यादा होगा. वी आर गोइंग टू फाइंड व्हाट इज द एरिया ऑफ एन इक्विलेटरल ट्राइंगल. सो एरिया ऑफ एन इक्विलेटरल ट्राइंगल, yes, one short trick is there. Is equal to root 3 by 4 into side square. So it is root 3 by 4 into 12 square. So it is root 3 by 4 into 12 into 12. So it is 36 root 3 centimeter square. So maximum area is 36 root 3. So the area of the triangle with the perimeter 36 unit is never be greater than 36 root 3 centimeter square. The distance between the parallel sides of the trapezium is 18 centimeter. So we just draw the trapezium. This one is the trapezium ABCD, right? In which AB and CD are parallel. The distance between two parallel sides is 18 units, 18 centimeter. And the area of the trapezium is 1188 centimeter square. Then what is the sum of the length of the two parallel sides? So as we know that area of trapezium is equal to 1 by 2 into sum of parallel sides into distance between the parallel side, So area is given to us as 1188 centimeter square, and the sum of parallel side we have to find, and the distance between the parallel side is given, that is 18. So 2 9s are. Therefore, sum of parallel sides is equal to So what is your answer? 132 centimeter. It is sum of both the parallel sides. A patient in a hospital is given tea daily in a cylindrical cup. of diameter 7 centimeter. If the cup is filled with the tea to a height of 4 centimeter, how much tea the hospital has to prepare daily to serve 180 patients? Okay. So we know that the volume or the tea used or we can write it in a simple language. Tea used per day, right? For how many patient? 180 patient. So 180 cups are there and 180 into volume of cylinder but with the height of 4 centimeter, right? With the height of 4 centimeter because it is not totally filled, right? So 180 into, how do we find volume of cylinder? Pi r square h. So 180 into 22 by 7. Radius is what? Diameter is 7. So radius is 3.5 into 3.5 and the height is 4. So it is 180 into 11 into 3.5 into 4. So how much it is? It is 27720 and what is its unit? Centimeter cube. Right? But we have to find answer in liter. So as we know that 1 centimeter cube is equal to 1 ml. Means 1 centimeter cube is equal to 0.001 liter. Right? So 27720 centimeter cube is equal to 27.720 liter. It means that 27.72 liter. Right? So which option is correct? Option number D. A circular disc of the area 0.64 pi meter square rolled down a length of 1.408 kilometer. The number of revolution it makes is, okay, we have to find how many number of revolution is taken place. So first of all, we are going to find that what is the radius of it. So area of a circular disc is given. So area of circle what is the formula? Pi r square. And it is equal to 0.64 pi, which is equal to pi r square. So that r square is equal to 0.64. Therefore, radius is equal to 0.8. What is its unit? Meter. Here we have to find what is the number of revolution. So in one revolution, how much distance is covered, which is same as of its circumference. So circumference is equal to 2 pi r. So which is equal to 2 into 22 by 7 into okay. So now here we are going to solve it with the next. So number of revolution, therefore number of revolution 1.408 kilometer divided by 1.6 into 22 by 7. But what is its unit? Meter. So the way is that we just convert into kilometer to meter. So it is 1408 meter divided by 1.6 into 22 by 7. So 1408 into 7 divided by, so when you solve this, so 22 when we cut it, it is equal to 40. So 40 into 7 is what? 280. So what is your answer? 280 revolution they are making. Okay, so 22 and 1.6, cancel it out, you will get the answer 40. 40 into 7 is 280. In the given figure, angle PQR is 150 degree, where P, Q and R are the points on the circle with the center O. Then angle OPR is equal to how much? So it's a simple question. What is given to you? Here, what is the length of the arc? So length of the arc means arc length is more than semicircle. So it is the major arc. So angle POR, reflex of angle POR is equal to double of angle PQR. So reflex of angle POR is 2 into 150 degree, that is equal to 300. So reflex of angle POR is equal to 300 degree. So angle POR is equal to 360 degree minus reflex of angle POR. So which is equal to 60 degree. So here the angle POR is 60. In triangle POR, angle OPR plus angle ORP plus angle POR is equal to 180 degree. Where OPR and ORP, both the angles are equal. Why? Because OP is the radius and OR is also radius. So it is an isosceles triangle. So angle opposite to equal sides are also equal. So suppose these are x plus x and angle POR is what? 60 degree. So 2x plus 60 degree is equal to 180. Therefore, x is equal to 120 by 2, which is equal to 60 degree. So what is the measure of angle? OPR. The OPR is of 60 degree. So D option is our correct answer. In a triangle PQR and in triangle ABC, angle P is equal to angle A and AC is equal to PR. Which of the following conditions are true for triangle PQR and triangle ABC to be congruent? Okay, so we just draw the triangle PQR. And in triangle ABC. So angle P is equal to angle A and AC is equal to PR. So AC is equal to PR. These two sides are equal. And we have to prove that triangle PQR and triangle ABC to be congruent. So if it is given to us AB is equal to PQ, AB is equal to PQ. Okay, AB is equal to PQ given. But by SSS criteria, they are congruent? No. So by which criteria? SAS congruency criteria. Therefore, option B is the correct one. Right? And ASS criteria is not there. So don't look at with this option number 3. It is AAS hona chahiye. Find the area of triangle whose length of each side is 13 inches, 15 inches and 14 inches. This is so simple question. How do we solve it? With the Heron's formula. So in triangle ABC, 3 sides are given. So AB is 13, BC is 14 and AC is 15 inches. Okay, whatever unit is there, we will just write it unit afterwards. So Heron's formula, the area of triangle is equal to So perimeter is equal to what? 13 plus 14 plus 15, which is equal to 42. So semi-perimeter is 21. So 21 into 21 minus 13, 21 minus 14 and 21 minus 15. 21 minus 13 is 8 is 4 into 2, 7 is as it is, and 6 as 3 into 2. So if we go with the option 21, 7 into 3 is again 21, and 2 2s are 4 and 4, so it is a 4 square. So ultimately it is a 21 square into 4 square. So it is 21 into 4, which is equal to 84 square inches. What is its unit? So which option is correct one? First option is the correct one. If A, B and C are three angles of the triangle such that A minus B is 60 degree and B minus C is 15 degree, then the angle A is what? Okay. So what is given to us? A plus B plus C is equal to what? 180 degree. A plus B. We don't know what is a A plus B, but we can write that. A plus B is equal to 180 degree minus angle C. And what is the value of C from here? It is given that B minus C is equal to 15 degree. Therefore, B minus 15 degree is equal to angle C. So we can write that A plus B is equal to 180 degree minus B minus 15. Okay, same we do for A. A minus B is equal to 60 degree. So can I write B is equal to A minus 60 degree? Yes. So instead of A, I can write that. Sorry, A is equal to we can write that A is equal to 60 degree plus angle B. So we can simply write that it is 60 plus B instead of A. B is as it is, and this transferred to this side, then it is plus B minus 15 is equal to 180 degree. So we just solve this. So it is 3 times B plus 60 minus 15 is 45 is equal to 180. Therefore, 3 times angle B is equal to 180 minus 45, which is equal to 135. So B is equal to 135 divided by 3. How much it is? So angle B is of 45 degree. Now we have to find what is the value of angle A. So A minus B is equal to 60 degree. So we simply write that A minus 45 is equal to 60. So A is equal to 60 plus 45 degree. So which is equal to 105 degree. So what is the measure of angle A? 105 degree. Option A is the correct one. Yes, the next question, some expression is given and we have to find what is the value of P. So look at the question carefully. Something is come in your mind. Which identity you are going to use? So we just write that 14 into, it just look like A cube minus B cube. So A cube minus B cube is what? A minus B into A square plus B square plus A into B. Right? Divided by 17 square plus 7 square plus P, which is equal to 40. So if we are shifting to right hand side, Shift the lower denominator to opposite side. So it is 4 into 17 minus 7 is 10 is equal to 17 square plus 7 square plus 17 into 7, that is 119, is equal to 40 into. So on comparing both the side, 10 4s are 40. So I just cancel out on both the side 40 and 40. So we are comparing this two. 17 square, 17 square, 7 square, 7 square. So P is equal to what? 119. Only then LHS is equal to RHS. So what is the value of P? It is 119. Is this clear? Root 5 is given to you and you have to find what is the value of this. Okay. So whenever surd is there, what you are going to do? Rationalize it. So square root of root 5 minus 1 upon root 5 plus 1. So when we rationalize it, what is the rationalizing factor of root 5 plus 1? Root 5 minus 1. So we are going to multiply it by root 5 minus 1 on both the sides. Therefore, it is root 5 minus 1 whole square divided by 5 minus 1. So it is root 5 minus 1 whole square upon 4. Both of are perfect square. So we just take it out from the square root. So which is equal to root 5 minus 1 divided by 2. Now substitute the value of root 5, which is given to us as 2.24 minus 1 divided by 2. So it is 1.24 divided by 2. So it is equal to 62. So what is the correct answer? 0.62. What is given in this question? X square minus 4x plus 1 is equal to 0. Therefore, x square plus 1 is equal to 4x. Can I write this? Now divide both the side by x. Divide both the side by x. Therefore, it is x square upon x plus 1 upon x is equal to 4x by x. So when we simplify, it is x plus 1 upon x is equal to 4. Now the next is x plus 1 upon x is equal to 4. Now we have to find what is the value of x square plus 1 upon x square. So now taking square on both sides, squaring on both sides. So x plus 1 upon x whole square is equal to 4 square. So x square plus 1 upon x square plus 2 is equal to 16. Therefore, it is x square plus 1 upon x square is equal to 16 minus 2, which is equal to 40. Now the next is, we have to find what is the value of x to the power 6 plus x to the power minus 6. Can I write as 1 x to the power minus 6 as 1 upon x to the power 6? It means that I have to find what is the value of x to the power 6 plus 1 upon x to the power 6. Square है, 3 power add करेंगे, multiply करेंगे, तब then it is become 6. So what we have to do? Taking cube on both the side. Now taking cube on both side. So x square plus 1 upon x square whole cube is equal to 14 cube. So it is x to the power 6 plus 1 upon x to the power 6 plus 3 times x square into 1 upon x square. So they are multiplicative inverse. Then x square plus 1 upon x square, which is equal to 2744. So x to the power 6 plus 1 upon x to the power 6 plus 3 times of 14 is equal to 2744. So when we simplify, we will get the value of this as, yes, 2702. So what is our answer? 2702. Option number B. X plus y plus z is equal to 3 and x square plus y square plus z square is given to you, and you have to find what is the square root of this. How do we find that? It's so simple. We have to use the identity. We know that x cube plus y cube plus z cube minus 3xyz is equal to x plus y plus z into x square plus y square plus z square minus xy minus yz minus zx. If I further make it right in a proper way, that is x square plus y square plus z square minus xy plus yz plus zx. Okay. What is the value of x plus y plus z? It is 3. What is the value of x square plus y square plus z square? It is 101. Minus, we have to find what is the value of xy plus yz plus zx. So how do we find that? So we know that x plus y plus z whole square is equal to x square plus y square plus z square plus 2 times xy plus yz plus zx. Okay. So it is 3 square, that is 9, is equal to 101 plus 2 times of, if we further simplify, it is 9 minus 101 by 2 is equal to, so 9 minus 101, it is minus 92 by 2 is minus 46. So we will substitute this value into this equation, then we will get that 3 into 101 minus 46. So it is 3 times 147, right? But here we have to find what is the square root of 3 into 147. So 3 and 147, I can write it as 3 into 49. So it is 3 square into 7 square. So 3 into 7 whole square. So it is 7 3s are 21. So the answer is what? 21. Option number B. In a triangle ABC, angle A is 40 degree. If the bisector of angle B and C meet at the point of O, what is the measure of angle BOC? So in a triangle ABC, this angle is of 40 degree, and whatever measure of angle B and C is there, these are the angle bisector. X and X and Y and Y. This one is the point. And we know that the result is the angle BOC is 90 degree plus angle A by 2. So angle BOC is equal to 90 degree plus angle A by 2, that is 90 plus 40 by 2. So it is 90 plus 20 is equal to 110 degree. So which one is the correct option? Option number D. If x is equal to y and z, 3 values are given and we have to find 1 plus x into 1 plus y into 1 plus z and this. How do we find that? So it's so simple. If x is equal to a minus b upon a plus b, therefore 1 plus x is equal to 1 plus a minus b upon a plus b. If we take the LCM, it is a plus b plus a minus b upon a plus b. So if we further simplify, it is 2a upon a plus b. So same, can I write it for y? So y is equal to given, y is equal to b minus c upon b plus c. Same way, when I simplify, I will get y as 2b upon b plus c and z as 2c upon a plus c. Okay. Next is by x is equal to a minus b upon a plus b. So what is the value of 1 minus x? So when we simplify this, 1 minus a minus b upon a plus b. So it is 1, when we take the LCM, it is a plus b minus a plus b upon a plus b. So now it become 2b upon a plus b. Is this clear? So same way, when I solve for y and z, so by 1 minus y. So 1 minus y is equal to what? Here I have to write this. This y, it is 1 plus y and this one is 1 plus z. So if I wish to write y 1 minus y, so 1 minus y is equal to what? So it is 2c upon b plus c and 1 minus z is equal to 2a upon c plus a or a plus c. So when I substitute all this value in the given expression, the 1 plus x is equal to what? 2a upon a plus b. 1 plus y is equal to what? 2b upon b plus c. 1 plus z is equal to what? 2c upon a plus c. 1 minus x is 2b upon a plus b. 1 minus y is same as 2c upon b plus c. And 1 minus z is as 2a upon c plus a or a plus c. So you know that numerator, denominator all are equal. So all the thing is cancelled out. So we will get the answer as 1. So which one is our correct answer? 1. Okay.